Good evening. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Welcome to the night version of me. Hope everybody's doing well today. Hope that you had a great day. Let's jump right into it. Oftentimes you hear about people and their cheap and frugal living ways, and you see it visually on a video, and they are fantastic videos. But I thought I'd do a little something different this time in my case. I thought we'd describe it. I thought I would describe it to you. We would talk about it later. One of the examples of how I live a cheap and frugal life, and you can imagine it in the theater of your mind, because after all, a radio format or a podcast type format is that. It is the theater of the mind. This is where we get to use our imagination. Take a break. Take a long break from visual. We do visual things constantly. It's really great once in a while to just close your eyes and imagine. Okay, so I'm going to roll back the time to about, let's say, a few hours back. A few hours back, how I started my day as a cheap and frugal person. Okay, love to do it. It's an easy thing to do. I get ready the night before for my big momentum. What's that big momentum? My first cup of coffee. Yeah. I do not underrate my first cup of coffee because how do you feel about that first cup of Joe or tea? Isn't it like an eye opener, literally? So, what I do, I think it's really important to have certain things ready. Okay. And that's one of them. Now, I don't drink coffee from a perked situation. I could if I want to, I have the means to, but for some weird reason, and don't ask me why, but I love instant coffee. Maybe because I'm guaranteed a certain pitch of flavor because I know it's going to come out precisely the way I like it. Sometimes perked coffee could be hit or miss. Whereas when I work out with this, instant deal, it's always good. So I have all my stuff in a little bit of a station, if you will, the night before. I have my mug ready. I have my coffee creamer ready. I have my kettle ready, filled with the water. And all I have to do when I'm slowly creeping out of bed and stumbling around, that first minute or two, you're like, so all I have to do is slam down on that hot pot kettle thingy, whatever I call that, whatever it is, the thing I mean. Anyway, it's just an instant thing. And in literally 1 minute, in 1 minute's time, I can make my coffee. This is where this is frugal. Why would I get up, this is versus getting up, getting completely dressed. Let's say that the nearest coffee place is a few blocks away. Let's just say that. Either I'd have to walk there, or for some others that may drive to those places. I'm like, where is that a savings? That is not a savings of time. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes people do it as a social event. I'm not saying anything about that. And on occasion, that's totally normal and totally okay. But for me, when I'm just stumbling, mumbling out of bed as this frugal person that I am, just imagine me just like stumbling over there. Oh, there you go. Coffee pot, boom, water pot, whatever you want to call it. So that's one facet of it. Now, okay, so I do some other stuff, the traditional getting ready for the day, taking a shower, all that stuff, and then getting dressed. Then I want to start my workday. Okay. And honestly, I like to have things done in a certain manner. And you know what? There's something to be said about those blocks of time and working with those blocks of time. I know predictably, as a frugal person, that I really very much believe in time management. Actually, they are related. Time management and frugality are related. You might realize it, you might not realize it. In my opinion, many people don't realize it. They don't see the correlation because wasting time could be wasting potential money, not leveraging your work and your efforts. This, as a frugal person, I like to leverage my efforts. Okay, I like to leverage my efforts. So if, let's say, I'm on a project, I don't want to just consider the project for one media outlet. I want to consider that project for multiple media outlets. This is something I'm working on. Why? Because I'm a frugal minded person that likes to what? Maximize value. And okay, so let's just imagine back in the theater of your mind. Hey, I got to get ready for my dinner, right? But I don't get ready for my dinner at 5 p.m. I get ready for my dinner at maybe 8 a.m. What? Thinking about dinner at 8 a.m. or sooner. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A frugal and cheap minded person, well, we'll call it cheap for the fun of it because I don't consider myself cheap in any way, but because there is a huge difference. But as a frugal minded person, you bet I plan on my dinner that very morning. I don't want to be scratching my head at 5 o'clock going, oh, I'm really tired now. No, 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 no. Rather than that, I visit either my active pantry, extended pantry, my freezer, or my refrigerator. And I say, this might be nice tonight. I usually always have all the components for whatever I want. Why again? Because in the theater of your mind, imagine me sitting down planning, writing down all the list of things that I like to have ready. That's called meal planning. Oh, ooh, I shudder at the thought. I know some people go, what? No, 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 really. This is called meal planning. This is part of being a frugal minded person in the frugal lifestyle. So then in between, I am working, of course, and one of the facets of my business, of course, is my YouTube video facet of the business. So what do? I utilize free apps to this day. To this day, I take advantage of free apps to make my show come together, except for StreamYard, of which I do pay for. That I had chosen. Now, a person can always start on StreamYard for free, which is what I did. And I said, you know what? I really like this. It suits my needs. It's perfect for my videos and all this and all that and for leveraging in the future. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go for it and I'm going to go for the paid version. Okay. I go for like, the one tier plan. I mean, there are other plans that has more bells and whistles, but for my needs and as a frugal minded person, I work with my needs. Okay. So we don't realize how subliminally as we think frugal minded. So let's get back to the dinner deal. I want to save some time that day. I know I'm going to be really, really busy that night or possibly very, very exhausted from the day I anticipate. So what do I choose to do? I choose to do perhaps a slow cooker meal. Love, love, love slow cooker meals. That thing is doing its thing while I get to do my thing and try to earn a living. Okay. This is how a frugal minded person thinks. Leveraging, making the most of, and getting the most value of. So try to imagine it. Let me know yourself. I'm curious to know in the comment section below, in the theater of your mind's eye, what things do you do? For example, like I said, having my little coffee station ready the night before. This way, I avoid the temptation of picking up the phone. There was a time, I must allude to this quite a while ago, but there was a time when I was like, really could care less. And I'd pick up the phone, and it's very common for New Yorkers to do this. Just saying, just saying. Not all New Yorkers, but many do. Pick up the phone, and their only source of having breakfast is making a phone call, getting a delivery person with their specific type of coffee and the pre-made sandwich. No, no, nothing against those places, and God bless them for them, and they serve its purpose, but not as an every single day thing. Yes, at one time, it was an every single day thing. I'm telling you this. Listen, I tell you this because I'm honest. And I learned my lesson when I did the math. No, 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 no. Frugal minded people don't do that, picking up that phone. In fact, we do all we can to not have to pick up that phone or not have to jump in the car or not have to waste gas. Theater of the mind, theater of the mind. Think of this. How do you play out in the theater of your mind as a person of frugality or wanting to become a person of frugality? Only you can answer that one. Just thought I'd share my somewhat of a day. There you go. All right. So let me see. Oh, comments about I just want to make a comment about that song, the intro and the outro. I'm going to include it in the description box below in case you haven't heard it. It really is a good song. So let me close the show with that and I'll be right back. Oops, screwed up there. Let me show you the outro. That was the intro. Don't you just love when stuff happens? Especially when we're trying to record a show. That's all right. Have a great night, everybody. See you again real soon. Take good care now. Bye bye.